All right, welcome to Wilson with Will. This is a poverty and stop the violence episode for the youth. I'm from Covington, Georgia, and my young guy Nitro, he from Covington. He just enrolled in Morehouse, and recently we had some situation going on in our town that we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of nice over here, Nitro. I ain't never been up here. How you liking in school?
I'm loving it in school. So I'll start with my Morehouse welcome. So my name is Natravius Smith, freshman economics major from Covington, Georgia. So I mean, since the first day, like Morehouse is ranked #1 for new student orientation first week, and being here just connects you back with your ancestors and where you come from. The first thing they teach you is being a man of service. And being here and them teaching you that shows you how much they care about the community around them. Because the community around us is not nice as it is at no HBCU really, but Morehouse does its best to put men like me back into society to make the thing stronger. Okay. So
that's your major. What you majoring in?
I'm majoring in economics.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, 18. That's what's up. So you from Covington? I seen the incidents that happened down by our way, and you was writing about. You wrote me a document about it. You know, we had 15-year-olds when they 15. Yeah. We had two 15-year-olds from Covington. They got murdered in the same neighborhood with days apart. Yeah. Like days apart. And the document you wrote was kind of just. I'm gonna let you read it before we end this episode, and we just walk around. You know what I mean? The document that we wrote, that you wrote about it, it was kind of, you know, interesting. It was about poverty, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people where we come from, not, you know, just a sit instead of trying to get out of that. Yeah. Because it can disturb it can set off an anger, man. Exactly. And especially on a young one. I read your thing, you can be an author one day. They should have put that in the newspaper. So you want to talk to the people about that?
Yeah. Like I wrote about it in my document, I speak about poverty being not just surface level. Poverty causes problems that we don't even speak of. You know what I'm saying? The mass incarceration, black men without fathers, the generational cycles of welfare, like those things are instilled into our community because of poverty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And not having these programs from the government you say that they exist, but they don't help elevate.
No, they don't.
You get what I'm saying?
They want to send us a check.
Exactly.
Tell us to sit down and like understand that. You know what I mean? And then we do get certain things. They'll send us extra stamps. Sell them. They know we're doing all these things. You know what I mean? And they want to keep our mind right there. So what you want to speak on about, you knew some of the kids that passed away? Yeah, I actually did. So DJ, I knew DJ through family. So my sister's actually DJ's cousin. And then Larry, I met him through one of my old wrestling coaches. He was actually good friends with my wrestling coach's son. And so after that, I just reached out to his mom and got some more information about Larry and learned about Larry and learned about his circumstances. And that's when I found out he had a brother with stage 4 cancer. Yeah, I remember you was writing about all that, and which DJ the one passed away first, and then the other one died like a few days after. Yeah, that was in the neighborhood of the Projects Nixon Circle, I think. That was around our way. Yeah. So like that is. So how the moms took it by them? By your age, you reaching out to them? Yeah. So I actually didn't get in contact with DJ's mom because my mom was handling a lot of stuff with helping them with funeral costs and things of that sort, just finding them funds and things of that sort. But I reached out to Larry's mom, and she was extremely grateful. That's beautiful. Like could I ask a few questions, and she didn't say why you being nosy or anything of that sort. She was willing to share because she was tired of what was happening to her. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So just speaking of that, so how you and your mom relationship coming from? You come from the bottom, the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To believe, to say I'm gonna go take this to Morehouse. I'm gonna
I'm gonna remove generational stuff and do it my way. You know what I mean? Because she supports you. You know, and through the whole ride of me talking to you.
Yeah.
You know, me and her talk back and forth, and just the energy of how she excited about, you know, and I know her personally. You know, when I had my book signing, I wrote a book. She was there. You know what I'm saying? One of the people that was there. So, and I respect her, and I respect where you headed at and your mindset for the youth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what you feel like you could change about any of these situations?
Well, first of all, I started coaching wrestling when I was in 9th grade.
Okay.
So, and then I also coached softball with your sister. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
But
Didn't know that.
yeah. So I seen that my leadership skills and being around kids, I could help change something.
Right.
So like, I feel like hardship builds character.
Right, it does.
And you speak to me and my mom's relationship, and honestly, we're tight like this because of hardships.
Right.
Like what a lot of people don't know about my mom is my mom had an addiction. My mom had to go to rehab, and her going to rehab, the incident that happened between us and her sending her to rehab changed the whole trajectory of our relationship.
Made it better?
We're tighter than ever now.
Yeah, God works in mysterious way. How your spiritual side is?
Oh, my spiritual side is fantastic, and that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. I like
school
that.
A school that's instilled.
Yeah, me too, man. I was like
love.
that. I kind of like people would. I never got like try to fit in type situation, but it kind of I was in the mix.
Yeah.
That I knew I was different. Still just gonna fit in. You know what I mean? Knowing because I was my look, my swag, all that. I'm gonna do what they doing. I'm gonna rap. I'm gonna be able to get the girls. And like I tell you, mom, once all that pile up, when you get in your 30s, it just piles up, and you just gonna be that nigga to the street. Yeah. Or you want to be the man to your family. Yeah. That's what we trying to teach you. And I like how you spoke about your mom and things like that. Do you see yourself like? How you see yourself? Do you feel like you're gonna have kids later on and? After you finish school, what you see yourself doing? Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm gonna have kids after everything. Take care of your business, yeah. Right? But I actually want to go into law. Okay. So right now, I don't know if I want to go into real estate law, which is a big thing to me because of things like gentrification, where these investors are coming into hoods, rising the price of the houses, and forcing people to move out. And then you got something called heirs land, which is basically how a lot of these black people and black landowners lost their homes. So what happens is when a black person doesn't have a deed or will, which was very rare because they didn't know how to read and write, they would not make a will, and when they died, the land went to everybody. So we were just talking about that before we came on about the Jello man. Yeah. He was just saying like whoever made the Jello, and I think somebody had came up with the McDonald's situation first. And people back in the day were just so poverty out. They were just selling their ideas, and the people that had it got these companies now, and they making billions of dollars. And I just refuse to be that type of brother. I'm glad you do too. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Yeah, man. So you ever been interested in sports? Yeah, I definitely been interested in sports. You were wrestling, huh? Yeah, I was wrestling, but before I played baseball, basketball, soccer, wrestling. So I've kind of been all around the spectrum of sports. Wrestling. So who's your favorite wrestler? I'll definitely say Jordan Burroughs. Okay. So I mean, I come from a different time. Yeah. Mine was who you like, Zeb? I don't watch wrestling. Hold on. I gotta ask you this question. Are we talking about amateur wrestling or are we talking about WWE? WWE of all time. So we're talking about T. Booker. My favorite of all time, The Rock. He became an actor. That was smooth. Yeah. And Goldberg. Goldberg. Yeah. So you got brothers and sisters? Yeah. I have actually have 2 brothers and 1 sister. So what you see for them? I think I see a bright future, and I think I lead that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was my mindset the whole time. Somebody got to set the tone, because through all these years, nobody has. Right. So I felt like I had to be that person. You're young too, 18, doing that, man. We're proud of you too, brother. For real. Like, you think about writing a book? Yeah, I actually am. One thing I actually got interested in when I came here is double majoring. So right now, my major is economics, but I'm trying to switch it to economics and philosophy.
because I want to have the critical thinking and be able to think in different ways, and not just in a direct way. You know, you get what I'm saying?
I definitely get what you're saying. So anything that you would like to tell the people that's coming from where we from to get out of the poverty, mindset, like the thoughts, the money wise, the school, just, you know, because I come from the rap era. Your mom told me probably said I rap. You know, I wrote about it in my book, but it's like, I look at dudes now, you might have the talent, I had the talent, but so many years of your life gonna go by, you didn't experience coming to college, you didn't experience, what's the name? And people always, in my drive and my faith in the Lord, that's why I keep going. He don't let me go, he keep building stuff for me, to keep knowing like he never left me, but at that moment rap wasn't for me, but I was just gonna make it be for me because the ambition that I got in me. So that's beautiful that you got, you know, your ambition in you to know how far you want to go. Like, do you want to be a millionaire one day? That's the goal you're going. Like, okay, so you generational wealth, you trying to spread that out. Okay, that's a bet then. I like that. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back and we'll let you read your document. Before we close out, we're going to get something to eat. We're going to, you know what I mean? We'll come back, but we'll let you read your document while we're getting something to eat. All right. You know what I mean? And we'll be back. We will. Yeah, let's go get some on the grub on and take that pic. Come on.
All the shit I went through, it was beautiful pain. And how I went on these niggas, it's a beautiful thing. I just came to get my change, I don't want no fame. So when they ask about the boy, just say he doing his thing. I'm just doing my thing, I'm just doing my thing. All the shit I went through, it was beautiful pain. And how I went on these niggas, it's a beautiful thing. So when they ask about the boy, just say he doing his thing. I'm just doing my thing, I'm just doing my thing. Getting money every day, trying to just...
By the end of the episode, we having a few wings, chilling. We really had this episode because it's just really, because your age, you have your mindset what it is, and it ain't just you want to be an NFL player or NBA player or a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Because that ain't easy. You got to really be gifted. Not saying gifted, you know, but you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a couple from our hometown, and congratulations to them guys too, because I be saluting that, you know? So, and they come from, I know one that made it came from that area that them guys got killed in. He made it to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So,
Eric Stokes.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? So, so now that you say that it's about the poverty mindset, his family, they really support him. Seen that since he was young type, you know, so so the mindset that you have in that, so the document you wrote about the situation of them being like what happened and why certain situations can happen in our community was so powerful to me. So you want to read that document?
Yeah, I can go ahead and do it. Good day. I'm Travius Smith. I am here to bring attention to the detrimental impact that is plaguing my community and the entire world. Moreover, I am here to advocate for the families who have recently experienced the loss of 2 of their children to gun violence in my locality. Black on black crime has plagued our society long before I took my first breath on this earth. While gun violence and crime in general may seem like isolated issues, they share a common underlying factor that cannot be ignored. This sinister root cause is none other than poverty, a relentless state that strips individuals of their financial resources and the fundamental necessities required for a decent standard of living. However, let's not fall into the trap of simplifying poverty as just a lack of financial means. It is a multidimensional problem that reaches far deeper than what meets the eye. Poverty is the insidious force that shackles intellectual potential, perpetrates family conflicts, and casts a long shadow over the growth and development of both our children and adults. Its impact echoes through generations, sowing the seeds of despair and desperation that can be the pinnacle of higher crime rates within a community. Tragedy has struck our community once again, and this past weekend bears a grim reminder of the harsh realities we face. 2 15-year-old boys, merely children, were taken from us one day after the other. Victims of not only senseless violence, but also of systemic injustice that has persistently tormented their lives. These boys, born into the clutches of poverty, were forced to navigate the treacherous waters, their environment every single day, battling against odds that should never have been stacked against them. One of these young souls, Domarion Hardiman Jr., now forever lost to us, lived a life marred by challenges that few should ever have to endure. His story is a testament to the profound impact that poverty can have on an individual's life. Imagine a child burdened not only by the weight of family issues, but also by the constant shadow of financial instability and the halting of intellectual growth. These adversities undeniably shaped his path and underscored the struggles he faced. Mr. Hardiman's untimely departure is heart-wrenching, but the painful truth is that the barriers and hardships he encountered do not cease with his passing. His family, already burdened by the weight of their circumstances, now find themselves grappling with the added sorrow of not being able to provide their beloved child with a proper farewell. In a town like Covington, Georgia, where resources may not be as abundant, the challenges of arranging a fitting burial further amplify the grief that this community is collectively experiencing. Secondly, with this heart-wrenching tragedy, we are confronted with yet another painful reminder of the deep-rooted issues that continue to haunt our community. Larry Simmons, a young soul whose life was marked by adversity from the very beginning, leaves us with a stark realization that the cycle of despair has reached unimaginable depths, born to a mother who was just 17 years old. Larry faced an uphill battle from the very start. The challenges that come with being a teenage mother are enormous, and yet these hardships merely scratch the surface of the struggles Larry would endure. Mirroring the story of Mr. Hardiman, Larry was propelled into the harsh realities of poverty, tussling with the kind of difficulties that no child should ever have to bear. The torment of not knowing where the next meal would come from and the uncertainty of where he was going to lay his head at night are burdens once again no child should be burdened with. It is a cruel injustice that children like Larry are robbed of their innocence and forced to confront to the harshest facets of life at such a tender age. But Larry's journey of suffering did not conclude there. As he grew older, he shouldered the responsibilities of becoming the man of the house. With no father figure in the home, Larry was forced into the role of a caretaker, stepping up to support his family in the face of seemingly unconquerable challenges. His mother struggled to access government assistance, and his brother's devastating diagnosis of cancer, a 4-stage cancerous brain tumor. Further illustrating the relentless hardships this family has been loaded with. And yet, even during their ungraspable trials, this family's predicament does not relent. Larry's passing leaves a void that cannot be filled, leaving his mother to grapple not only with the loss of her son, but also with the formidable task of caring for her remaining children. Stripped of the privilege of her transportation, still mired in the clutches of poverty, she faces an uphill battle that threatens to erode her strength and resilience. In the face of destructive stories like those of Dolman Hardiman Jr. and Larry Simmons, it becomes painfully evident that our collective duty goes beyond mere sympathy. We are summoned to action, to rise above the despair that engulfs these families and stand together as a force for positive change. The time has come to extend our hands, hearts, and resources to uplift these lives from the depths of adversity to the heights of hope. Imagine the profound impact a simple act can have: a like, a comment, a repost. These may seem insignificant, but they carry the potential to shine a light on these families' struggles, amplify their voices, and rally support from across the globe.